Okay, so today what we're going to do, we're going to open a school in Illinois. Every week we pick a state to open up a school. Today, luckily, it's Illinois. Step one, what you going to do? You're going to
Find smart.
Google your rules and regulations for your state. I know you're watching this video right now, and you're probably saying, well, I don't live in Illinois. I live in Texas or Florida, or whatever. Well,
Man,
you're going to Google Cosmetology Board or higher education in your state. If you can't find your barber board or cosmetology board or aesthetics, nails, or whatever in your state, email millionaire barber at gmail.com and ask the team, and one of the ladies will email you the link for your state where you can study your state board rules and regulations. Why are we going to study the state board rules and regulations? So we will know the requirements as far as square footage, equipment, how many stations, all that. Just like, I'll give you an example. A lot of state board rules say, well, you need to have 10 students or you need to have 20 students. Now this person's thinking, I'll never forget a lady, she had been trying to open a school for years, and she said, I've been watching you. And she booked a free strategy call years later. Well, how am I going to get the 10 or 20 students that the state board is saying that I need? It's not 10, 15, or 20 physical students. 10, 15, or 20 applications. How the heck you going to get 10, 15 physical students and you haven't even been approved to get your school open? Make sense? So if you don't know your rules and regulations, or if you haven't talked with an expert, someone that's competent on it, you would not know that. Another thing, well, they talking about I need a $20,000 bond. I ain't got 20,000 cash. It's not 20,000 cash. It's a surety bond, like insurance. Well, I need $100,000 worth of insurance on my building. Y'all already know if y'all got shops, it's not $100,000 cash. That insurance policy is probably $100 a month or $200 a month. Make sense? So I wanted to break that down to y'all because I know a lot of y'all will be watching this on Facebook, YouTube, or whatever, and some of y'all probably already come across some of this. So I wanted to get that out of the way. So now we're doing Illinois. We've Googled state board rules and regulations. So let's go through it. We're going to pull that up. Just say we've already Googled the state board rules and regulations for Illinois. And
Yeah, Miss Frank.
so I'm going to pull that up. I've already Googled it, and I'm going to pull it up for you. So we can kind of go over that so you'll know actually how it looks. So let me share this screen. All right. You see where we Googled? Illinois. Illinois Cosmetology Board. Now, if you look on here, if you can read, you see stuff. Cosmetology school. Applications. If you just scroll and read, you better find stuff. Cosmetology license. We're not looking for that. We ain't looking for no shop, are we? We ain't looking for no teacher. What are we looking for? School. Look at this. Cosmetology school requirements for license. Don't y'all think that'll be worth reading? Because we need to know the requirements. That's something that's worth reading. Also, don't you think you need to know the rules, the laws?
of course.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at the rules. So you pull up the rules and we just read. We said we was going to do a cosmetology school, not barber. So let's just scroll on down. Cosmetology. Let's look for school. You see this cosmetology school? All we got to do is start reading. Okay, let's look at the physical requirements. Because we need to know the square footage, don't we?
Yeah.
Because what if we didn't know the square footage and we rented a building that was just say 1,500 square feet and signed a 5-year lease and got the plumbing, electrical, all this done, the equipment, And state board comes out and says, well, we failed you because it need to be 2,000 square feet. Can y'all imagine that? And that's happened to multiple people that have reached out to me after the fact.
Mm.
And a lot of them I don't talk to because I talk to y'all for free. I don't charge y'all to talk to you. If you got questions, now if you decide to join the program, yeah, you pay. And somebody will say, well, no, I'm just gonna do it myself. And I say, okay, no problem. If you have any questions, just call me. Because I ain't trying to sell them. And then guess what? It's been times they call and I said, I can't help you. And I tell them to read their rules and regulations. But ladies, y'all know men don't read. You know them jokers are hard-headed. Y'all can give us a piece of paper with bread, eggs, and milk and give us the paper and the pen and send us to the store and we'll get the bread and eggs and get back home. Don't forget the milk and get cussed out or whatever. Men just don't think. A lot of them. Now, so we're going to look at physical requirements. Okay, we're looking at physical requirements. The school should have a minimum of how much workspace?
1,000.
1,000. If it's got more than 20 students, additional 30 feet. Now, this is workspace. That's like the clinic floor. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. How many restrooms do we need?
2.
Well, what if it just got one?
Won't
It doesn't
pass.
qualify.
Hey, it ain't gonna work, buddy. So to make a long story short, we're looking at this. How many facial chairs?
2 of
2.
them.
But we ain't gonna be doing no facials. We just gonna be doing hair. So what? Some barber schools require nail stations. Well, we ain't doing no nail stations. I don't care. Do this. Do what the rules said. Men so hard-headed. We don't have this problem with the women. How many shampoo bowls?
4.
4.
4. How many hair dryers?
1.
One.
Every 10 station.
Exactly.
13.
1 hoodie for every 10 stations. Now, how many feet apart? In the stations? 3.
3.
So, I'm sharing this with you so you can see. It's really not that hard when you see, well, darn, it ain't got to be no big old corporate school with 10,000 square feet and 50 stations and all of that. I can get by with the bare minimum. It ain't a lot of money like they told me it was going to be. So now this is the purpose of looking at this. Now we know about the equipment. Student to teacher ratio. What is it?
25 to 1.
What for what state?
Illinois.
Illinois.
Oh, that's why you all got to read your rules and regulations. So now that we pretty much got the space down, and then we got to have a classroom. How many restrooms?
2.
2. And then we probably want a little office, right?
Yeah.
So really looking at this, a minimum of 1,000 square feet workspace, it ain't got to be that big, do it?
Nah, that's what's up.
That's a small, look, it's shops bigger than 1,000 square feet.
Yeah.
Now, what if you worked that little space for 2 years and you got accredited? And now you charging 20,000 a student. And you got 20 students. Okay? 20,000 times 20. 2 times 2 is what? What's 2 times 2?
4.
Okay? So 20,000, if 20 people, if the government wire you 20,000 for 20 students, that's 400,000, right?
Mhm.
How much hair have you ain't even picked up no more hair. 400,000 in your building that small? How much is your rent? Light bill, water bill,
Yeah,
phone bill?
rent, depending where
It
it's
ain't a
at.
lot,
No
is
more
it?
than
Now,
$1,500,
we ain't
2,500.
even added the clinic floor. Y'all done forgot about the clinic floor money. Product sales and all that. You allowed to bring in a half a mil.
Man.
You ain't did no clients. Think about that. Now, what if you do 2 classes? Morning class and evening class. Now we got 40 students. 800,000. We're at about 1 million. Look, you all could handle 20 students in the morning and 20 at night by yourself. And when it's time to do cleanup, sanitation, you go in the bathrooms and get on your knees and do the toilets like I used to do.
Yes, sir.
What happened?
Do all
What
the other
happened
stuff.
then? Yeah.
When the students see you doing it, they're gonna say, Alex, I got the bathroom today. Eric, I got the bathrooms today. And then, well, who's gonna work the front desk? One of the students. Because they gotta learn front desk management. You gonna put your students to work.
That's what we're doing it
What
for.
about orientation? You're gonna do orientation on the day that you close or an hour before you open. Well, when you close, then you can do your paperwork. On Monday or Sunday, you can come in where it's quiet and catch up on your paperwork. You got to do what makes sense for you to make this thing go. You can run it by yourself. I didn't have no money to hire no instructors. I was the instructor, the toilet bowl cleaner, the janitor. You can handle 20 students by yourself and 20 in the evening. Think about that. Well, we're not accredited. Okay. Well, we still be able to pay the bills. You doing your clients, you working the clinic floor. Some students gonna have money to pay. Every student is not broke. Some parents got money that's gonna cash out. Let me tell you something. Parents that have money and even parents that don't have money, they love their kids, y'all. If your child is telling you, daddy or mama, I want to go to beauty school, I want to do this, would y'all pay for it?
Yeah.
Even if you don't have the money, okay, y'all gonna do payment plans, ain't you? We'll do a payment plan. Well, how much can you put? How much can you pay a month? Now you like a used car salesman. You got 10 or 20 students on notes. That little money coming in gonna help pay the bills too. So we're gonna do that for the 2 years. And then we get veterans money. When you get the VA after 2 years, if your tuition is 20,000 and a veteran student starts, 3 or 4 days later, they're gonna wire $20,000 to your bank account. See, our minds are already opening up just by looking at these requirements. Well, every state ain't like that. You're right. But there's no state where you got to have this gigantic school and all of this equipment. We have over 2,000 school owners. They're in every state. And there's no state where you got to have this gigantic school and all this equipment. And you all can get the equipment from online. There are a lot of places that do payment plans, y'all. Bunch of places. You can go on Amazon, but you can go to Buy Right and put a down payment. I put $2,000 down back in 1998 and paid $415 a month. Did a lease purchase. Oh man, I wouldn't be doing no lease purchase on the equipment. You got to do what you got to do to get there. Once I got accredited, I cashed out on my balance. Just paid him off. So quit listening to the naysayers. This is Illinois. So now that we looked at the physical, let's go back.
Let's start.
So, Chan, I have a quick question. Like when we
Yeah.
talk about funding until we get accredited, would you recommend like doing a nonprofit? Some people suggest that, but what do you recommend?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. When you do your nonprofit, you're going to have your for-profit school here, and you're going to have a nonprofit totally separate from the school. So when people donate to the nonprofit, you'll take that money and feed it to the school. So the school will not be nonprofit. The school is going to be for-profit, and you'll open up a nonprofit over here. If you do not know how to open a nonprofit, we have quite a few school owners that have that type of thing set up, and some of them do it for a fee. And if you all email me or whatever, I'll be more than happy to give you their information so you can pay them and they can set up your nonprofit for you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, now we looked at that. So what about school licensure application? for private school. Okay, let's look at that. Now, when we look at this, this is telling us what we need for our school application. So let's look at it. Okay, a detailed 8.5 by 11 floor plan that is drawn to scale, shows dimensions, has all areas labeled, has all fixtures shown, and demonstrates compliance with the requirements of the section 1175.505. Okay, if you're gonna draw this out, who do y'all think can easily draw this out? Who would you hire to draw that out?
Architect or
Builder.
Exactly, an architect or a builder, whoever. You can Google, hey, how much you charge to do a layout? Just go down the line. Now, what if you all trying to draw this out and do all this? No. And if you're in Ohio, you have to have a licensed architect in Ohio that has to do it and put their stamp on it. That's if you're in Ohio. Okay, now, what else you got to have, y'all? What does that say?
Lease showing at least 1 year commitment to use the school site, the address of the school site, the name of the lesser, and the
Right.
leaser.
Okay. So
And the name of
basically,
the-
what y'all got to have? You got to have a lease, don't you?
yeah.
Well, I don't want to open my school yet because they said I got to have a building. Duh, you have to pay the first and last month's rent. Are you smoking crack? What are you doing, dude? When you got your shop, you had to have a shop, didn't you? So what makes you think you don't have to have a school?
Mm.
Now, what we gonna do, we're gonna do all of our paperwork first. Like a lot of people in the program are like a lot of you all. They're working in the shop or whatever, but they join the program. Why do they join? Because they've already done all of their paperwork is already done. So when they sign the lease to their building, y'all, all they got to do is put the address on their paperwork and submit it. Because it's going to take the state board a couple of months to approve it. Make sense? They done already did their paperwork. They already got their school on their head on paper. Soon as they sign their lease for their building, boom, they done submit the paperwork. Plumbing, electrical, ain't none of that done. It don't take a plumber or electrician. Hell, we built a house in 3 months if the weather's good. Don't take nobody long to do that. Now, if you fooling with jack legs, you ain't gonna never get it complete. All right.
What are the requirements to open?
Then they want to know the school, whether it's a LLC, all that. We'll skip that. Fire inspection. If you're gonna get a fire inspection report, who you gonna call for a fire inspection, y'all?
The fire marshal.
Thank you. Don't you have y'all seen a fire department close by somewhere? Y'all can stop by there and ask them. They can tell you all.
Bye.
Financial statement. If you do a financial statement, who can do a financial statement for you all?
Accounting.
A CPA accountant.
Thank you. The enrollment agreement for Illinois. That enrollment agreement, now we got, you need to have your teacher's license. If you don't, whoever gonna teach that gotta have it. Well, I don't have a curriculum. I don't have a transcript. I ain't got the enrollment agreement. Okay. That's okay, because that enrollment agreement for Illinois, it doesn't matter if you don't have that enrollment agreement for Illinois, because we already got the paperwork. And your enrollment agreement, listen very closely. If you do your enrollment agreement yourself for Illinois, you're not going to get approved. This is the enrollment agreement, y'all. Number one, they're not going to even know to put this right here. they're not going to even know that they got to put these 2 sentences talking about the programs they're teaching. Their verbiage is not going to be correct. Let me make this big. All this stuff in here, student and sponsor, if applicable, they're not going to know to have that in parentheses. Herein, after referred to as the school, they're not going to know to do that, y'all. No. They're not going to know to put all forms of payment, cash, check, money order, credit card. They're not going to know to put the slogan non-federal agencies right here or loan programs may be accepted as well. They're not going to know to put that. Do y'all see this right here? Y'all see that?
Yeah.
They're not going to know to capitalize. What's capitalized right there?
Notice to the student.
And it's in parentheses, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
They're not going to know to do that. And it's in bold print, isn't it?
Yes.
And the font is bigger, isn't it?
Grabbing attention.
Well, the font is bigger because the state board has a certain font that has to be exclusively. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not going to go through this whole enrollment agreement. All I can tell you is they're not going to pass in Illinois. Right to council, all that. I already know that. Look, they don't know to put the code right there. When these people try to open their schools in Illinois and they ain't in our program, I laugh at them. One dude, one of these people, his thing got rejected almost 10 times.
Wow.
After 10 times, I'm not going to call him an idiot or fool or whatever. After 10 times, he finally, I guess, woke up on the right side of the bed and had us to do it.
How they want to stop losing money.
So that's the, well, what about the curriculum? We already got that. Look, curriculum's already done. It's already laid out for whatever programs you're going to be teaching. Well, it says you got to have a transcript. We already got all the transcripts. Do you see where it says official enrollment agreement? Are we back on that page, y'all? Okay, do you see where it says curriculum? Right here? You see where it says transcript? Commitment statement, we provide all that stuff. Now, this is on the application. So now we're reading the rules and regulations, but we need to know what we got to have for the application. Every state board has different requirements, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
sir.
We'll go back. Enrollment agreement, record keeping transcripts, we have all of that. Curriculum requirements, they click that right there. We already have the curriculum laid out for you. It's already there. So when somebody starts reading all this stuff, they're going to get scared. They're going to quit instead of hiring an expert, a team to do it for you. So this is Illinois. Okay, well, we need a catalog. We'll go to a catalog. Let's see, for Illinois. Let me find it. All right, do y'all see this Illinois catalog? All the policies are in here. The mission statement, the facilities and equipment, new class start dates, holiday close and admissions requirements, transfer policy, reentry policy, non-discrimination policy. The non-discrimination policy, you cannot discriminate against
Show me
what?
the website that shows you the square footage and everything that I need and the requirements needed in New York State.
We have them for every single state. if you all Google it and you can't find it, guess what? What do y'all have to do? What should you all do? What did I ask you all to do?
Send the email to you.
What's the email address?
Millionaire Barber.
Millionaire@gmail.com.
You're 100% correct. Is this making sense as far as the paperwork?
Yes, sir.
Perfect sense.
Okay, we understand you should know how to do the paperwork, but we've already have that for you. Once you read your rules and regulations, you're gonna realize, oh, it ain't that hard to get this school.
Because
They already
it's
have
on there
all,
the homework to be done.
the team is
And
gonna
so you,
assist us.
yeah, she wrote it out for you.
They're gonna hold you by the hand. We'll go back here. A lot of documents you're gonna need. You're gonna need current student surveys. We already have these for you. You're gonna need graduate
Like what?
exit surveys. You're gonna need instructor surveys. You're gonna need employee evaluations. All this stuff we're gonna have laid out for you. You're gonna need what else? The SAP, Satisfactory Academic Progress.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's the homework.
if
So
you
it
don't
ain't
know
fair.
how to teach,
It is unfair. That's why I said
if you don't know
do
how to
it.
teach,
Yeah, it's homework.
where you all gonna get the
Yeah,
information
and
as
then
far as
right
your
here,
books?
you
Somebody's
got
talking. Where y'all gonna get your teaching materials from?
Pilates.
My ladies, does everybody know about that? If you don't, we'll go to the website. Do you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
You go on
Okay.
the website.
Some
It's
people
there,
say
though.
they don't. So let's go to the website. Now I'll pull it up.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Oh, here. Okay. And I'm gonna put this in the chat. That's the link. Now, when we look on the website, we can look at it. Whether you do y'all want me to look up Barber, Cosmo, and the other states? Which one y'all want me to go to?
Barber.
Barbering. Okay, here's Barbering. Click on Barbering. Look, here's all the teaching material, y'all. Digital, physical book. It's all there. The test, everything. If you want to do everything, if you want to have the online part, that's SEMA right here.
Yeah.
SEMA is all digital. The test, you don't even have to create a test, y'all. You know why?
Do it for you.
Everything set up.
It's already done
Yeah,
for
there's a
you.
test at the end of the chapters. Like,
Yeah, it ain't no work for y'all to do. Everything is here.
do we have to give the students books, like, and all that?
No,
Or?
you don't have to give them books. You can do digital, however you want to do it. Some
Okay.
schools do offer digital and paper because everybody's not digital.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of
Different
older
type of
people,
learners.
the digital kind of scares them. And then some people just want a physical book. And then they have packages in here where school owners offer the students the digital and the physical. Okay. So
Okay.
here's all the teaching stuff.
Question.
Go ahead.
Now, if I'm as an instructor, right, we got a school and we're doing a digital. Does it limit on how far, like, because each state has different curriculum. So
Each-
I mean, I'm in South Carolina and I got a student that want to do it in New York or even Cali somewhere.
Okay, so this is how that's a great question. If you open a school, whatever state you open your school in, each state board has rules and regulations as far as online education, distance education. A lot of the states will allow a certain amount of hours that a student can do online. You must have a physical school, a physical location. This is all across the board in every state.
Yeah.
If you're in South Carolina, you sign up for school there, you got to be in South Carolina. You can't be in New York and then join his school in South Carolina and just be online. It doesn't work like that. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah. That was a question. Yep. Answer.
Now we'll look up Buy Right Beauty. Although it's a lot of beauty places out here that y'all can buy equipment and everything. Do y'all see Buy Right here? Or do I need to switch it?
Yes. Let's see.
You can see it.
So they got different packages. all type of packages, chairs, stations. They do financing, but you all can Google online. Y'all may buy stuff
Mhm.
overseas on Alibaba or wherever. We're on the internet now.
Yeah.
As
Don't do
far
it.
as the time
He just
clock,
don't do it. Don't jump.
you attend. Let's go here. A lot of schools will use you attend. Do y'all see this?
Yes.
Okay, now, let's go here. Time clocks. All right. Now you see the time clocks.
Yeah.
$2.99, $3.99. There's one $179.
No
Mhm.
shit.
Now, but what do you know? What it says something biometric finger scanner. What does that mean, y'all?
Fingerprint.
Yeah,
Finger scan.
So when they scan their finger, what happens?
They
They can
clock
clock
in
in.
or out.
Yeah.
So now you ain't got to do this
No
with no
paperwork.
hours.
Oh,
Wow.
Everything is electronic. How
Yes.
you gonna keep up with the time? It's
mhm.
electronic. Well, you can use the time card. Well, what if they forget their time card or lose their time card? Do you think they're gonna forget their finger or lose their finger?
Nah. Nope.
Lose one finger, what can they do?
Use
No,
another one.
another one. Yeah.
Okay, so now we got the time. Well, that's gonna be expensive. If you got 1 to 9 students, how much is it per month?
$27.
27.
$27.
That $27 will be worth you not having to calculate stuff up by hand.
Yes,
Mhm.
sir.
$27 ain't nothing but almost $1 a day. But
Save you
if
a
you
lot
don't
of
want to pay the
time.
$1 a day, you can go to Office Max and get you remember the cards that you back in the day? And then at the end of the week, you can add them up with a calculator. That'll save you some money. It may not save you no time.
Man,
I mean, that's the kind of clock I had back in 1998 because we didn't have this digital stuff. That didn't exist in 98, y'all. The internet became legal, I believe, in 94. There was no YouTube, all this crap. I don't even think it was Facebook back then in 98. We didn't have all of this stuff. All right, so we got you attend. I'm going to give you all just a lot of resources because you all are going to have a lot of negative people and naysayers and what about this? What about that? So I want to break down as much as that as I can. So we talked about Illinois. We can go back to Illinois. Let's see.
Get your toy.
Let's see. That was really the main stuff on Illinois, although we'll still have to fill out more of the application and stuff. But I just wanted you all to see this so y'all can see pretty much that no matter what state we look at. So here go the rules. We looked at the rules, and then I think we saw the school application. I don't know if we looked at that school registration application. Let's see. Let me go back.
And I have a question.
Go ahead.
This is Dominique from New Orleans. My question would be based on the cosmetology kits, like what website could we use for the cosmetology kits?
That's a great question. I'm gonna give you all the website that a lot of the corporate schools use. They're not gonna tell you all.
Yeah, I work for Aveda as the admissions manager and in Metairie. So I know like enrolling the students is $24,000 a year just for a cosmetology student to be enrolled in their program. And there we charge actually $2,000 for a cosmetology kit because they include iPads in their kits. Which when I look at the kits, I'm like, this is not worth $2,000. But however, it's $2,000 for a cosmetology kit. So I'm like, okay, I know Aveda uses their own Aveda products for their cosmetology kit, but I was just trying to figure out like what would be the best
Well,
cosmetology.
I can't tell you the best, but I can tell you a lot of the corporate schools and a lot of the regular schools use Burmex. Do y'all see this? Can y'all see the Burmex screen? Yes or no?
No.
All
No.
right.
Nah.
Let me share it here. Now, guess what? Can y'all see it now?
Yes.
Yes.
The great thing about Burmax, guess who they only sell to?
Cosmetology.
Licensed professionals.
No. Guess who they only sell to? Somebody just said it.
Schools.
Cosmetology schools.
You're exactly right.
Cosmos.
Only school owners.
No.
Barber, stylist, nails, only school owners. And they're dirt cheap, the prices. Now, okay, you said they're dirt cheap, the prices. Guess what? When we look on here, what do we see? No price, do it. Now, only when you all become licensed school owners, you all will be able to get these at dirt cheap prices, and you will be able to, you're going to get them at wholesale, but you're going to do what?
Retail.
Upsell.
Thank you. So you're going to make money. You're going to profit from the kits. You probably going to,
Yeah.
if you selling a kit for 1,000, you probably got 500 in it or 400. Just giving y'all an example of how cheap this stuff is. You'll get this stuff so cheap, you'll be able to sell it to licensed beauty professionals around your city. So that's Burmax, and I'll give y'all one more. Let's see. Do y'all see this, Mariana?
Yeah.
All right, that's another one. Guess who they only sell to?
Schools, beauticians, and
Right,
barbers.
only school owners. And I'll put the link in the chat. Let me see. So y'all will make money from that. I don't think it was anything else. Oh yeah, you know when y'all get accredited, I'll share something with y'all. Okay, so when you get accredited and you start getting government money, you know what's gonna happen?
What?
Get offers or something? I don't know.
You get audited? I don't know.
You're gonna get rich.
Okay.
Really rich.
You're gonna get richer.
Really rich.
Imagine that
Oh,
every student that comes to your school, not every, but 99% of them, is only one reason why they can't get financial aid. Do you all know the reason why?
They make too much money sometimes.
No.
No,
They can't
the credit.
No, where they check credit at for a student loan?
Oh, okay.
They don't check no credit for no student loan.
So they
Nah,
could
they
get
don't.
financial aid up
Can't
until
get accredited.
24.
Because they got a felony.
No, it's only one reason why.
You can't get
They
accredited.
don't accept it.
Well, just say we're approved. You all got approved. Y'all accredited.
Okay.
There's only one reason why that student won't qualify for financial aid. What is the reason, y'all?
But they didn't do their paperwork right.
No, that's not it.
Because they don't
They
take it.
defaulted on their loan.
That's it. Who said default?
Okay.
Default.
Jaquita.
If they went to professor school and got financial aid and defaulted, and then they try to go to Erica school, Erica's gonna first thing she gonna do is put their name, social, date of birth in the computer. They're gonna give you all this app, and you put their name in there. It's from the government, and you'll have a code, and it'll pop up saying if they're in default or not. If they're in default, then you just, hey, you got to get out of default. Don't even waste your time, whatever. You got to pay out of pocket, whatever. Now, if they made a lot of money, they may not get a Pell Grant. A Pell Grant is what? Free money.
Free money from the government.
A student loan, a loan, they got to pay that back. It don't matter how much money they made with a student loan, they still can qualify for a student loan. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, if a student has been convicted of a felony, yeah, they can get financial aid. But listen very closely, because I would have lost about $12 million, y'all. Because I had a lot of people that got out of prison and went to my school, and I probably got about 12 million from that. The question on the FAFSA You know what the FAFSA is, the financial aid paperwork?
Yeah.
Yes.
It says,
Yeah.
listen very closely. Have you ever been convicted of a drug felony while receiving financial aid?
No.
Did y'all catch that?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
While
Even.
getting funds.
When
Yeah.
Man was selling dope and caught that case, he wasn't in school getting financial aid.
True.
See how he
True,
qualify?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all the men and women, when I was going to the prison, they was thinking, we can't get financial aid. And the whole city was saying, yeah, you know, Chin, that ninja, he going back to federal prison. He went to prison for selling cocaine. Now he getting these people in, taking the government money. They can't get no financial aid because they got a felony. These ninjas
I don't know better.
don't know the laws. Ms. Velma
No.
said, she's pointed it out. Have you ever been convicted of a drug felony while receiving financial aid? So,
No.
I wanted to point that out. Now, Madam C.J. Walker and all them, they got rich
Right now.
with the schools. Madam C.J. Walker had a school on the product line. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah.
Became multi-millionaire. This is over 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I'm not going to talk prejudice or whatever, but Ms. Velma told me, how many of y'all seen Ms. Velma?
No.
Huh?
Never.
No.
Never.
Okay. I've been
You the
talking
one
about
who
Ms.
said
Velma. I
it.
know a lot of y'all probably thinking that's my imaginary friend.
A picture. Just a picture.
Yeah, I know y'all thinking that. So
Let's see the
y'all,
OG.
let me from the show me state, I'll show you all. But you still gonna have some ninja to say, well, that ain't real. That's some AI. That's Miss Velma. That's me back in 1998. That's when I met Miss Velma.
And that's like when she puts you on the game to everything.
That's when I joined her program,
Yeah.
invested in myself.
Yeah.
That's after both of us done got fat and retired. Okay. So that was Miss Velma. This was my first school, y'all.
I know that.
For y'all that's never seen it.
I know his mentor.
What do you notice on the ceiling? Anybody notice anything on the ceiling?
Yeah, spot. Spot your leak.
OG Barber. Lady name.
It's
Her name
leaking.
She Barber.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's his mentor. She's
All right.
trained.
So now we'll
She has
keep
a-
on
she has
going. If you
barbershop
look
from here.
at the office that I'm in.
Can y'all mute y'all conversation?
Okay. You already know it's gonna be some men, didn't you? All right. So now the little office. Yeah, the table scratched up, my desk. The armrest right here is scratched
Wilkinson Boulevard.
up. Okay. Because I bought that from Goodwill. Doesn't matter how you start, y'all. What matters is how you finish. The little classroom. This was my classroom, y'all. This is how I started out. Doesn't matter how you start. See, we didn't have dry erase boards back then. I had a chalkboard. That was me. You remember I said cut your client's hair?
What is that? Velvet?
How many students did you start with?
Who said that?
Angel.
Hey, I started with
Hey, the alphas were fresh
Yeah.
though.
0 in the
Really?
physical, but 100
Yeah.
in the spiritual. And I had 0 for a couple of months. But you got to preach rain in the drought. Every day I get on my knees in my school and I pray to God and I would thank him in advance for 100 students.
Oh, thank God.
See, you got to have faith. Faith the size of a mustard seed can move mountains. He may not come when you call on him, but he's always right on time. And when people were saying, well, he gonna have to close out, I told you he wasn't gonna get no students. He got the school open. But you gotta believe and you gotta thank God in advance. See, a lot of y'all want to wait till this happen and wait till no. You gotta do it and believe and trust God's provision, though the sources may seem unlikely. And then I got one student. And I started getting on my knees. I said, God, I thank you for that one. Now I thank you for 200 students.
Yes, Lord.
And I had a morning class and an evening class. When I turned in my state board application, I was open from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Quick
Hey,
question, Chan.
go ahead.
How I just had a owner that left and went back to Africa. I was trying to get her to let me get the accreditation in the city that I was working in, but we still working on that. How hard is that process to get that accreditation so I don't have to go through that 2-year process?
Okay, so if someone's accredited, just like my schools were accredited, I sold my schools my accreditation. Now, if you are accredited, and when you all get accredited, okay, you're accredited. Just say you got accredited in 2025.
Mhm.
In 2027, you still accredited. How many years have you had your accreditation?
2.
2.
Okay. Once you've had it for 2 years, your accreditation, guess what you can do? You can open up branch locations around, and then they can get their accreditation in 6 months. But the accreditation has to be in the original school owner's name. Does that
For
make
2
sense?
years?
It has
Does
to
it
be
have
an
to be in
original
her
school.
name for 2 years?
It's got to be every branch school that they open up.
Uh-huh.
It has to stay in the original school owner's name.
Oh, man.
Okay. Now, but you might be able to do a side deal where it stays in their name and y'all have a side contract. I don't know. That's left up to you all. And check this out. Just say professor is accredited
Mhm.
and he opens up a branch location. And then Big C holler at him and say, man, let's be partners and open up another school and be 50-50.
Let's see what other schools
And Big C said, we're going to use your accreditation.
I actually can.
Okay. Now, guess what? If Big C do something crazy at his school and get the financial aid messed up, guess what's going to happen to the other schools with financial aid?
Chain reaction.
They're going to be messed up. So a lot of times school owners are hesitant to do that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to break that down. So now, I got that one student. I'm working, even when I had 0 students at the physical, I still had to be open from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Why? Because I submitted it
Different
to the state
classes.
board. Now, for a couple of months, I ain't had no students. So when I submitted my monthly state board report, it had 0 students. State board gonna drive by my school a couple of times, thinking that I'm not there because I ain't got no students. See, you got to do things right. But I stayed at that school. Well, you shouldn't have a night class. Why not? I ain't got no kids. This is 1990. I have no kids. Hell, I was in prison cutting hair for 3 cents an hour, working 17 hours of hard day labor. So
Night
what?
classes, where is that?
I done cut off Man, Bobo, Shanika, Shanae. I'm focused.
Easy.
Ain't no riffraff, no gambling, going to clubs. I'm straight square as you can be. And when I cut off all my negative people, y'all, you know how many friends I had? 0 male. I had one female friend who was a hairstylist, who was positive, who was in my life, and I was going to church, doing all that. Cut off all them negative ninjas, family members, friend, everybody. And then they're gonna say, oh, you monkey, oh, he don't mess with us no more, F with us no more, and all that. Let me tell y'all something. You have to be focused and work on the vision that God gave you. And when God gives you a vision,
Roman.
he don't give it to nobody else. So quit telling your husband, your wife,
Roman Drex.
your boyfriend, your girlfriend, quit talking to them and telling them you want to open your school. He didn't tell them the vision. So don't expect them to agree with, oh, well, they hating on my vision. They're not hating on your vision. God didn't show them. When my mom was telling me, well, Chi, you need to wait. Well, I don't know this. It wasn't that my mama was hating on. My mama loves me. God didn't show her the vision. Well, you know you're on federal parole. Why don't you wait till you at least get out federal parole? You got to go see that federal probation officer every month. I mean, well, just wait, hold on, but look, when God gives you a vision and a dream, he don't give it to nobody else. He don't show it to nobody else. Well, I got to talk to my husband or my wife about it. What kind of marriage you got? I ain't talking to nobody about it if God gave it to me, because if you talk to them about it, they're going to kill it.
You can't do
You're gonna
it.
be broke just like them. And if you're a woman, probably telling a man, he ain't gonna want you to do it anyway, 9 times out of 10, because he know you're gonna leave him once you get on your feet right.
Stop it.
So if God gives you that vision, what if I had listened to my mom or my sister? Everybody, I opened that school, I was 26 on federal parole. 5 years paper, had to go, and I had bad credit and no credit and a criminal trafficking cocaine, aiding the bed and gun charges, conspiracy. So it does not matter. You can't listen to the naysayers. When God tells you to move, you got to move. You got to trust God's provision, though the sources may seem unlikely. And I got turned down about 40 something times, because they always want to check your credit. They want to check your background. So nobody wanted to lease a building to me. No means not right now. That's all what no means. It just means not right now. So if you trust God, by the time I got off, as my sister went to prison, yeah, I used to cut hair. That was me at Barber Brothers. I did all that stuff. Me and Miss Velma, I already showed y'all that. That was a school. That's how I started out. That's me cutting. My first group of students, everybody in there was a throwback, a reject from society, had been through prison or molestation or foster home or all types of stuff had gone on with everybody in that school. It was just messed up.
How
So
you link up with Miss Vilma? Or is that her name?
a lot of people know about Miss Velma. Somebody told me about her.
Okay.
A lot of people. Now, after I got accredited, God said the first shall be last and the last shall be what?
First.
Now, this school right here, when I got accredited some years later, I went from the smallest barber school in the whole United States to the biggest. The biggest, the baddest. Some of y'all don't know that rap song. Y'all too square. I had over 200 students, y'all, at this school.
200?
How
At 20,000 a student, you do the math. My street guys, I'm moving 200 keys. I'm moving 200 keys.
Like 20 of
At 20 a piece, that's pure guru, whatever they said in the Scarface movie. You cannot lose. Now,
what was the square footage of your school?
that school right there was about 13 or 15,000 square feet, something like that. I can't remember. But it was big. You can see the neon lights in there. It was a bad school.
Yeah, you had a shopping center. Yeah.
And my office was in the back. If you look at some of the YouTube videos, you'll see my office. I had a Scarface office with cameras and everywhere, y'all. I was the boss then.
You said that's the first one? You said that's the first shop?
Second one.
No, this was my school when I finally got accredited and God blessed it. And I moved to another location and all that. And I still had the other school too. So I'm just showing you all this because it ain't always been like this. So y'all look at me now.
Inspirational.
So, and then people didn't call me Chin no more. They called me Mr. Chin. In order to see me, you had to see my secretary at the front desk. You couldn't just come in my office no more. I had a real office, y'all. Things changed. So I'm just showing you this, not to impress you, but to impress upon you. Those are some other schools. When I got a credit, I just took over the city. I started opening up schools everywhere. Those are books I wrote. Them just people that went through the program. Kamasi, he's in Illinois. This dude right here,
Thankful that I.
he is a multi-millionaire. Real estate, schools, tuition, 20,000 student networks, barber school, bunch of those stories. Let me see. I ain't looking at these videos. Now this is
I got a quick question for you.
yes.
Oh yeah, I work for Commodity Chin.
Oh, okay. So you know.
Yep, I gotta go to networks tomorrow morning. Yep.
Right. Somebody had a question. Who has a question?
Yes, sir, it's me. So for the first 2 years before you became accredited, you basically did a payment plan, payment option
You're 100% correct.
with rejects
With anybody
that were willing to pay.
Yeah, and I had some who didn't have money, Erica, but I was prejudiced. If you had a will to win and you followed instructions and act like you had sense, come on. Because I'm going to put you on that clinic floor and you're going to make me some money, the school some money. You're going to help clean up. You're going to add value to this school.
Never thought about that one.
See, when you own a slave plantation, you're a good slave. Come on and pick this cotton. See, that's what Miss Velma told me. See, they changed the game. See, when they saw Madam C.J. Walker make all this money, years later, Miss Velma told me this story. She said when they saw that black woman make all this money, they took that industry from her and they rewrote laws. Think about it.
Why they always doing some bullshit?
A student don't get paid to go to school, do they?
Oh, you got sound.
They set the school up like a slave plantation. The clinic floor is the cotton field. The students are the slaves. They pick cotton. The school owner, which you all are, the slave master. You're the only person to get paid. They made it better than slavery because the slaves had to pay the slave master. Back in the day, the slaves didn't pay the slave master to pick cotton, did they? No. No. See, they made it where the slave got to pay you all to pick the cotton, and when they pick the cotton, you all get all the cotton money. And they went farther, Miss Velma said. Now, I don't know if this is true. I'm just sharing it with you. And you can take it however you want. They made it even more financial aid. She said, well, Chin, you know, we created this financial aid system and we didn't do a credit check. Why didn't they want a credit check, y'all?
You wouldn't apply, or certain people wouldn't get approved for it, you know?
Right, because she said, because you people, most of you black people had bad credit.
Bad credit,
you
yeah.
wouldn't have been able to get financial aid. We can call it what it is. Let's keep it 100. I'm going to talk straight with you all. That's why, because she told me. All right, now, the Pell Grant. The least amount of money you make, if you don't work, we're going to reward you more money. See, if you work and make a lot of money, the government penalizes you. You don't get a lot of Pell Grant. But for being lazy and not working or whatever, they congratulate you and they give you more money. Think about that. If this woman or man is working and doing all this, he should be able to get more free money. Not the lazy person, but that's the way they set it up. And there's no credit check, like I said. How they gonna, you gonna get a loan, 20, 25,000, and you own the cell phone company or the light company because they wrote the laws like that to enrich themselves. And you all, we got more white people. And when I say white and black, I ain't talking prejudice because my best friend was white, Miss Velma. I mean, I'm gonna talk. We have more Caucasians in the program than blacks.
Wow.
I will break it down.
You got Latinos, and you get a lot of Latinos.
I'm gonna break it down to you all in our program in order of who more people. Caucasians first, Hispanics second, blacks third, and then we got some people just from other nationalities. Now, I don't show a lot of the posting of a lot of the other races, maybe 10%, because most black people, if they see other races in their brain because of slavery, prison, molestation, environment where they grew up, and all this type of stuff, they get in their head that they can't do it because they black. But when black people see a lot of black people doing it, it gives them encouragement and it lets them think, believe, and know that, oh, I can do this.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can do this.
Yeah.
So I'm just the messenger. Whether you all open your school, join our program, honestly, I don't care. Because it's not going to change my life or nothing I got going on one bit. But I know there are people out there who are probably just like me, who were tired or who wanted a better life, who were already in the, if you're already in the industry, you're already doing this. You just, you have a level 10 skill set, but you're working your level 10 skill set on a level 1 opportunity.
Mm.
See, people say, well, I'm the best barber, hairstylist, whatever in the world, whatever. Why ain't rich and doing this? Because you have a level 10 skill set, but you're applying it to a level 1 opportunity.
Mhm.
See, I know you got your own shop and you can brag and do all that, but it's a level 1 opportunity, baby. You can call it what it is. It ain't nothing but a level 1 opportunity. You could be sorry as a box of rocks like me that can't cut hair, can't cut straight hair, scared of a persona blade and all of that. But guess what? I applied my level 1 skill set on a level 10 opportunity.
Booyah!
You get that school, yeah, you're going to work for about 2 years struggling, doing whatever you got to do to make ends meet, just like what you're doing now in the shop. But guess what? Sooner or later, you're going pro. You're going to the NBA. You're going to get accredited. Yeah. And you're going to be rewarded for your labor. You're going to be rewarded for all the work. You're going to be rewarded for the work that you didn't do. Because once I got accredited, I cut all my customers off except two. Two
Really?
rich black men, and I only kept them to pick their brains. So it ain't about how hard you work. Because the past 25 years, y'all, I'm 54 years old. I ain't worked the past 25 years. I just been chilling, y'all, resting. I don't even have a watch. Ain't no suntan on my wrist. I go to bed when I want to. I wake up when I want to. I have no job. I have nothing to do because of the school. That's it. The school.
Mhm.
When I was a kid, my mom used to take us to these mansions and pay $5 for me, my brother, my sister, and her. Her last $20. It was called a parade of homes in Brentwood, Tennessee, where all the rich people live. These houses are like 10,000 square feet, 3 levels, and all of that. And as a little boy, I used to tell Mom, I'm gonna buy you a house like that one day. I didn't know how it was gonna happen. But you have to speak it. Even if you don't believe it, still speak it.
Mm.
I tell you to believe it because I didn't believe, but I spoke it. Speak it. Tell God. It's your job to speak it and start believing it. It's God's job to make it happen.
Mhm.
But you have to put things in motion. See, the devil gives you a spirit of fear. He want to keep you in that shop. He
Mm.
wants to keep you behind that chair. Mhm. Some people gonna die behind the chair. Not you. I've been licensed 35 years, and I am the sorriest beauty professional on earth. I got 155,000 followers on Instagram, and I've posted probably every day the past 10 or 15 years. You don't see no post of me doing no haircuts. And I get this from the young barbers all the time, weighing me out in my DMs and when I go live. You're a millionaire barber. We've never seen you cut hair. Man, I can't cut no hair. I'm no good, okay? I, I'm not. It is what it is. I'm licensed, but I'm no good. Then they shut up because it's nothing they can say. It's like when somebody call you out and you admit to it. You know, it's like a woman say, well, you cheating and all that. Yeah, I'm cheating. Now what? It's nothing you can say. You know, it's like a woman, you keep going back to the woman, you this. Why you keep coming back to me? Because I love you. I'm strung out, I'm in love. There's nothing they can say. So you all, the school is just an opportunity. Quit applying your level 10 skill set to this level 1 opportunity. I haven't seen a beauty professional retire from this industry comfortable. I have not. And it's probably some out there, I just haven't met them. You know, every time somebody say, well, this is where they at? And your health is your greatest wealth. Even if you don't do it for money, give back and help society. You can't help too many people in the shop. That's draining mentally. You listening to people's problems all day long.
Man, come on.
Divorce, cheat, just you're a doctor,
Therapist,
a lawyer, a preacher, pastor, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, a dentist, a pimp, a drug dealer, everything. We got one of the high, we should have one of the highest suicide rates. I'm surprised we ain't crazy. I mean, a lot of my female friends, they won't date barbers. They said they crazy. Well, hell, if you had to listen to all this mess all day long and then work beside an idiot or with his pants hanging out, how can the man be sane? And then they talk about the mental health in the barbershop. Yeah.
Yeah. He said, yeah.
That's draining.
It is. You're definitely right. It is draining.
So if you're going to babysit, at least get 20,000 a client or 25,000.
Right.
You know, people, well, I'm gonna have to babysit these students. Hey, when you getting 20, 25,000 a baby,
you $1 million baby after that.
Not a problem.
It's different when you getting that.
Yeah.
Dan, I have a question for you.
Yes.
When you started off before you were accredited, what were your prices for the students to enroll?
4,500 because I got on the phone and there was 2 other schools that weren't accredited and they was charging like 5,500 and 6,500. So I called and played like, hey, I want to get my son in school. And I made my voice a little deeper because, you know, I got like a little, people say a sissy voice or whatever. Hey, I'm trying to get my son in school down here. And how much is your tuition? So when they told me, so Ms. Velma said undercut them by 1,000. Not the accredited schools, because their price was up here, but the ones that wasn't accredited. So that's why I charged that. Now, a lot of them didn't have the money to pay. Okay, how much can you put down? All right, how much can you pay a week? Okay, well, I ain't got no money, I can't pay nothing. Okay, well, can you guarantee that you're gonna come Thursday, Friday, and Saturday? Why did I ask them that and have them to sign?
You're gonna get the money back off the cuts.
Because you ready to get on that cotton field and you ready to cut some hair. Well, I ain't got no clippers. That's okay. We have clipper sets in the back. When you give me your ID, like the library card, you're going to check the tools out and go on the cotton field, pick cotton all day. You're going to bring the tools back, and I'm going to give you your ID back.
Wow.
Man, that's good.
You're not going to take the kid home. Yep. So I had about 5 of them slave kits ready for you to hit the plantation. Boom, 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 boom. So my clinic floor started, like they say in the streets, wanging, booming. Because I had a little raggedy building. Oh, I wouldn't have that little raggedy building. Look, you can't have champagne taste with Coca-Cola money. Dude, I didn't come from a privileged family. My whole family was broke. My whole family was messed up. Y'all, my family crazy. I'm straight from the hood. Everybody in my family should be getting a check. Them ninjas are crazy.
Hey, Coach, I got a question, Coach.
Yes.
Do the students receive like any type of tips or money from the haircuts?
Yeah, if a client decide to give them a tip,
Okay.
yeah. But as soon as that client walk through the door, guess what they paying? At the front desk.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go get a service. Oh, I want to get my beer done. Okay, well, you gotta go back up there and pay.
Because this paper says one thing.
So you pay in advance. And it's
I'm
assigned
glad
all
you
of
said
our
that.
supervised students.
And you had your first barbershop in Tennessee, where you were from?
Yes.
I mean, barber school. I'm sorry. I mean, barber school.
Mhm.
What part of Tennessee was it in?
Asheville.
Nashville.
Oh, okay, I'm in Murfreesboro.
Oh, you're in Murfreesboro.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right up the way.
That's
Yeah,
that
I
untapped
seen
money.
TJ in your commercial. I'm finna go to his continue at Thomas. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Thomas was one of my students, and then Thomas became an instructor. Thomas was a great student. Your best students are going to be the students that's been in the military.
Yeah, I'm going to his continued education class.
Yeah, Thomas is a smart guy.
Yeah.
And see, when you get VA veterans approved, they're gonna wire the money straight to your bank account. If your tuition is 20,000, in 3 or 4 days, they're gonna wire 20. Let me show y'all something. Something I need to show y'all. Here.
Easy money.
Amen.
I'm gonna once y'all get accredited, there are software systems that's going to keep up with your financial aid, the payments and all that type of stuff. The way the financial aid works, when a student starts, 3 or 4 days later, they'll wire a portion of the Pell Grant money, about $3,000 something for a full Pell Grant. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
30
Yes, sir.
days later,
Yeah.
after 30 days after a student starts, they'll wire the subsidized and unsubsidized student loan, which the first payment will be about $7,500. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for that first 30 days, you got about $10,500 for one student for that first month. Then when the student hit 450 hours, you get another payment, 900, another payment, 1,200, another payment. That's on a 1,500 hour. Now, they have software systems with the time clock and all that keeps up with the money.
Yeah.
So what I did, I downloaded one of my schools for financial aid. The big one that y'all saw, I downloaded, but I took the students' social and date of birth for privacy purposes. I took that off because I wanted you all to see just the flow. And so I'll show you all this.
Okay.
I only left their last name. Let me make this smaller. Can y'all see this?
Yes.
This is the student's last name. He ended up got locked up when he had how many hours?
14.
Nah, he was almost done.
He was almost done. 1,400 hours. Damn.
He got locked up,
Jammed up.
dibbling down in the streets.
Yeah.
How much financial aid did they send? Did we receive?
22,
All of it.
23, yeah, 22,300.
Yeah.
My
22.
tuition was 20,000. So that 2,300 overage, guess what I had to do?
Send that back.
No, I had to refund it to the student.
Oh,
wow.
Well, at least you helped them
So
out.
what was that, a grant?
It was a grant and student loans. Yeah.
You had
Takes-
to refund the $2,300, not the 22,000.
Okay, if your tuition is 20,000, let's take this into consideration. Say we charge 20,000 a student, okay? If the government sends you a total of 22,300, but your tuition is only 20,000,
Student get
Rest is
2,300.
excess for the student.
you have to give that excess to the student. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes, it does make sense. Okay.
Okay, if not,
At Aveda, I didn't mean to cut you off, Trent, I'm sorry, but at Aveda, they do it like it's so different with them.
You got to get to 1,200 hours. Yep.
Yeah,
Well-
and they students is $2,400 for the whole tuition, but they cannot get their reimbursement check until they finish the whole program.
okay.
So Aveda will hold a student check. Let's say they got back 5,000 of it. back, they will hold it until they finish the program, and then they will go ahead and give them what, cut their check out. So they'll hold it the whole entire time. And that's not even including when we talking about Parent Plus loans.
Okay, so the way that this is set up, the government, they didn't, only veterans pays you all up front. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. With the financial aid, just say your tuition is $20,000. When the student first start, the government will make a payment. We'll just do it on a 1,500-hour program. When they hit 450 clock hours, they'll send you a little bit more money. So that knocks the balance down. When they hit 900 hours, they'll send you a little bit more money and knock the balance down. When they hit 1,200 hours, they send the last payment. That knocks the balance out, and it may have an overage. So after 1,200 is usually when a student, if they was due a refund, they would get it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So the next student, they sent 20,834. So he got 834 back. Now, what you all need to look at is what they sent us to the school. They wired this to our bank account.
Aid received.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What year was this?
2013.
That was 12 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money back then.
Hell, it's a lot of money now, too.
Charging double that here.
But look, now I'm just going down the list. I'm scrolling, y'all. Look at, keep your eye on that line. Now we're going to the next one. We're going to the next page. Keep your eye on that line. Keep your eye on the line. I'm going to the next page. Keep your eye on that line. I'm going to the next page. Now, how much did they send that year?
2 million.
Hey,
2 million, 2.4.
Okay, now.
Okay.
Okay, that was just for that one school.
That's wonderful.
Well,
Quick question before you go to the next school. What kind of taxes would one have to pay on that kind of income? If you can answer that question, if you remember.
yeah, that's what we agreed hit.
Okay, bet.
Oh, now we got to talk about the expenses. But let's break it down.
All those expenses.
Let's just break it down if we're getting 100,000 a month. Okay, but let's break it down more. The average ratio for instructor to student is how many students to one instructor?
20 in Georgia.
25.
1 to 20.
We'll just say
Typical is
20,
1 to 20.
okay. Okay, 20. Now, your biggest expense in operating a school, and most 90% of businesses is employee expense.
Yeah.
It's what expense?
Employee.
Oh, okay.
That's usually your biggest expense. Now, an instructor, we said can teach 20 students, right?
Yes.
Okay, 20 students, we getting 20,000 students, that's 400,000. Right? Then them 20 students gonna work the clinic floor, sell products and do all that. We're gonna make another what from them 20 in a year?
10.
20.
Well,
10,
whatever.
depending on how many students you got.
Yeah.
Just depending on how many hackers. We're just saying ain't gonna make nothing or whatever. We're just going to 400,000.
Yeah.
How much you gonna pay the instructor for that year?
50 an hour.
Is it 50 or 20, 25 an hour?
I mean, how much you gonna pay that instructor for the year? How much you gonna pay the instructor a week? Let's break it down.
The
like
average instructor in Tennessee makes about 45,000 unless
Okay.
like a year, 45 to 50 a year.
Okay, so we'll say 50,000. You pay me 50,000, but how much did I make you?
350,000.
Straight up.
There's one instructor. How many students though?
20.
20.
I see where you're going.
That's
I
just
see
the
the street.
20. Imagine when you got 100 or 200 or 40. Now, that's our biggest expense. And some of you all will probably be an instructor. But that's our biggest expense, but we do have rent, don't we?
Yeah.
Got
We got
light,
rent, light bill, water bill, phone bill, insurance.
advertisement.
But y'all got shops and all that, so you all know. You got pretty much almost the same bills as a shop. Pretty much rent, light bill, water bill, phone bill, insurance, all of that pretty much. So
Yeah.
you have taxes. Some of that, a lot of that money when you may invest. You may go at that time buy a building with your LLC, your real estate LLC that you own. And then you may rent your building to your school.
See where you going
Your school is paying rent
to yourself.
to your
Yes,
LLC, to you. Now you're like the
Lord
Jews.
Jesus, now I
The
got to
money's
go get
going
a
in a
real estate
circle.
license.
Come on, teach.
Okay, now I'm sharing what Miss Velma taught me. See, in the black community, the money don't go in a circle. As soon as y'all get it, it go out. Have you ever seen a Chinese person eating at a soul food place, eating chitlins, macaroni and cheese, sweet potatoes, and all that?
Nope.
Yes, I have.
Well, you ain't seen many.
Go
You
ahead.
ever seen a Chinese person eating chitlins?
No, but they sure trying to do the restaurants themselves.
Right, but
Money in.
That's
the
the black
moral of
money.
the story is our money leaves, it doesn't circulate. I'm just sharing with you how you can make your own money circulate.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to be taking that money and investing in real estate, building houses from the ground up.
Yeah.
Okay? So the little bills on your rent, your light bill, water bill, your taxes, your employees, that ain't nothing compared to what y'all going to be bringing in.
I have a question.
Yes.
Could you explain more about, you said rent your school to your LLC?
Yeah. Okay. Just say we're a school. First, we done rented a bill and paid first and last month's rent, but now we're accredited. So we getting all this money. And there's a building that we see across town for sale. So we'll set up our LLC, $300 or whatever, get an LLC. And we'll be such and such realty and development. We'll buy the property, put a down payment, 5 or 10%, whatever, 20% commercial, and then get it financed. And then we'll move our school there. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And our school, you own the school and you own the real estate, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
So what you gonna do, you gonna, to
Right.
even save on taxes, your school, see, when you got a corporation, an LLC and all that, you're taxed after all of your expenses.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you pay all your expenses and then the profit left, you taxed on that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
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 So we probably gonna charge the school $20,000 a month for rent.
Exactly.
Hey,
Make the money make money for you.
Do the same thing with your car.
Is that making sense?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And with the school, when you take a trip, we're gonna talk about business when we go to Las Vegas or Hawaii or Cancun or wherever.
That's right.
It's a business trip, y'all. When we eat, we're gonna talk about some business.
30
Mm-hmm.
minutes.
Guys, when you go to the strip joint, you're gonna, no, we're gonna go down, but we're gonna have tax write-offs.
Oh,
If that makes sense.
no, it's-
Yeah.
All right.
This is a uniform.
that's right.
This hair, that's part of my uniform.
Mm.
So by when it's time to pay tax, probably ain't gonna be that much. Then we probably gonna buy some Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that crypto
not-
and all of that. Well,
Find out about it.
you don't have to know about it. All you got to know is since its inception, 2012, Bitcoin was $100. The next presidential election, 2016, Bitcoin was $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
We noticed that a zero went on the back of that 100. The next presidential election, 2020, if we put a zero after the 1,000, 2020 Bitcoin was
$10,000.
$10,000.
Hmm.
Y'all better get all y'all money out y'all house, cash in all that. Man, that Millionaire Barber chill, man, that ninja crazy. That ninja talking about taking all the money out of the house. I ain't buying no darn corn for no $10,000. He talking about another zero gonna be added in 4 years because of the pattern. Man, F that pattern.
Oh, time.
2024, I mean, Bitcoin was $100,000.
So next 4 years.
If the pattern keeps going, add a zero behind 100,000.
It's $1 million.
Yeah, of course, you all been brainwashed because they done told y'all it's a scam and all that when they was Bitcoin behind your backs. When you go to the bank and tell the bank to wire all this money, guess what? 9 times out of 10, the banks won't do it. So I had to tell them, give me a cashier's check for all my money, and I had to go to the other bank. I need you to wire this to my Gemini account. Just wire it. They might wire that big old chunk. Then I get a call the next day, Mr. Wani, we can't wire any more money. Okay, well, give me my cashier's check. Go to another bank. Well, I don't recommend you wiring this money because it could be a scam. Ninja, this is my money. You do what the hell I tell you to do with it. Use a biblical word. Because the banks don't make money with the crypto, with the Bitcoin. And I know a lot of y'all don't understand it, and this is a school class, but I'm just sharing things with you all. You'll find out later, because pretty soon you're going to be able to use crypto to buy gas, Amazon, all of that. Just like you didn't think that it was going to be digital with the 2000 songs on the iPod when Steve Jobs talked, because we grew up with the Walkman. So it's hard for us to believe that. And then a digital camera, we grew up with the Polaroid, so we couldn't believe that. And then with the music becoming digital, we couldn't believe that because we grew up on records. And then they said, well, you know, they're going to have a self-driving car. It's driving. 2 years ago, I go to San Francisco and I'm in an Uber and I see this car, a big old satellite. 2 years, I'm saying, what's that? Oh, that's Waymo. It's a driverless car. Man, that ain't real. Well, download the app. I download the app, Waymo. I book it just like an Uber. The car comes, ain't nobody in it. I get inside it. It's driving better than a human. Hitting the curve, stopping at the red light, doing all that. So it's like nothing should surprise you all now. If you 40 or 50 years old, you've seen everything. See, the young people didn't see the 8-track radio, the Capona sets, the Walkman, so they don't know. But you all know, you all have seen the miracles and the Jetson and all this stuff come to fruition. So even with this crypto, oh, I don't believe that. Donald Trump been in real estate for 50 years. A privileged, rich Caucasian man. He made $2.5 billion in 50 years in real estate.
And paid no taxes.
Not a dime.
But the thing about it, Donald Trump said, you created the laws. See, yeah, my mama don't like Trump or whatever, but he's calling these people out. He's just following the laws that they created. We just hadn't been privy because we didn't know about it.
It's a good business, man.
And he came and spoke at Opryland Hotel and talked about crypto. So I'm going to make you the crypto capital of the world, and you're going to be very happy. The last couple of years, Donald Trump has made over $3 billion in crypto. Now think about that, because y'all missed that. In 50 years, how much did he make in real estate?
$3 billion.
2.5 billion.
Oh, 2.5, okay.
The last couple of years in crypto, he's made $3 billion. So when I cashed out of real estate back in 2020, and I was telling all my friends, I'm going all in on the crypto. Hell, my house is paid off, 10,000 square feet. I took out $1 million loan. House note went to $7,000 a month. I put it all in crypto. Everybody thought I was crazy, but they didn't know.
Right.
It's a whole different animal. There are coins that's a penny. If it goes to $1, that's 100x. That means if you put 10,000 in, it turns into 1,000,000. This is a whole different animal that we're not understanding. And I'll tell you all about it on my page, you know, but I just wanted to share that with you all. It's not just the real estate. No, the reason why rich people invested in real estate. And Ms. Velma shared this with me. This is a white woman that's worth more 100 million now. Money was like water to her. And I witnessed it with my eyes. How she would write checks and buy cars. We'd go on the last day and she'd tell people, you're gonna make $500. How much did y'all pay for this car at the dealership? And by law, they have to tell you. And then she'll write a check. I'd write the check because she'd have me to write it for $500 more. And then we'd go to the finance department, you know, where you pay. Do y'all know they wouldn't even verify funds? And she had been with me so much, we'd go out every time I write a check. Because see, back in the day, y'all, we wrote checks. And every time I write a check, Ms. Bell would cuss the people out because they want to verify funds. And she would get mad because nobody never verified funds on her. So she witnessed, she said, now, Chin, I understand what you're talking about. It took this white woman years of her being my mentor, and I became like a son to her. And she started getting very angry. She said, I'm understanding how it is to be Black, Chin. And she asked the people, are you gonna verify funds? Because I bought some floor mats one time, we were somewhere, and they verified funds. It was about $20, $30. So she didn't understand that. So this white woman, she's talking about all this stuff. With the real estate and everything. It's different. Totally different. And the things that she shared, that I'm sharing with you all, if you ain't got no multi-millionaire white friend to share things with you, a lot of things we won't know. Because a lot of things I didn't know. I would get into it with my own mama. Because my mama would just tell me this, but Miss Velma's telling me this. Hell, I quit listening to my mama.
Mama, you ain't got Miss Velma money.
On the money part, yeah, because she, you know, my mama just hadn't been exposed. Miss Velma did not own one Louis Vuitton purse. She did not own one Chanel. She shopped at Macy's. When it got cold in the winter, they would go to Florida. They had a house in Florida. So that's how they would travel and do stuff. And then she would buy stuff before the year would end, so she had to pay tax. She'd buy a property or a house or whatever and then buy another one for capital gains, so she didn't have to pay capital gains. You know, if you buy a house, just say you profit 100,000. Well, capital gains was 100,000, the tax. So she'd reinvest and buy a bigger property more, so she didn't have to pay that tax. Now, the reason why they bought real estate, because real estate did this. Okay, and they would borrow the money from that real estate. When you borrow, that's a loan, correct?
Yeah.
Yes,
You
sir.
take our money, millions of dollars, buy real estate, put all the money in real estate, kept probably 10% in cash, whatever, and then she would borrow from the real estate, millions of dollars or whatever. Do you know why she would borrow all that money from the real estate?
To invest it.
No.
Okay.
So the equity.
She would borrow the money from the real estate.
Because it's not income?
Because you don't pay tax on a loan.
You don't pay tax on it. So she would trick off with that money and do whatever. And pay her bills with that money. And buy stuff with that money.
Come on.
And then rent it out and they'd pay the mortgage. So she
Mm.
was living a free life.
Mm.
Because real estate does this. The money, the US dollar does that.
Appreciate it.
If you take a dollar to the store, you can't buy anything because it's gone down. But see, they trick us and say because of inflation. No, the dollar does that. That's why rich Black people, Caucasian people, that's why they invest in real estate, because it goes up and then they borrow from it. See, the dollar depreciates. See, with the Bitcoin, it does this. Every time they print money, it devalues it more. And Bitcoin does that.
24/7.
One Bitcoin is 100 and probably 14,000. When Bitcoin first came out, it was a penny.
Mm-hmm.
I just
But
looked it up. That's exactly how much it cost.
we didn't believe in it.
Right.
And even if somebody told you, you still didn't believe in it.
That's true.
You know, because it's just our mindset or whatever. And right now, most Blacks still don't believe in it. You know, when I told all my friends, take all your money out of your house, because your house is not going to be worth 10 times. Hell, you can pay your house off. None of them listened to me. And these were educated, smart. These weren't no dumb people.
Yeah.
Man, you know
Now
what,
they're
Chin?
starting to wake up a little bit, but they still, but once one Bitcoin hits $1 million,
And everybody
when
gonna
the
believe
light
it.
bulb is gonna go off on everybody's brain. Darn, I remember when it was 100. I should have. You don't have to have $100,000. How many pennies are in a dollar?
100.
100.
100.
Okay, a Bitcoin is the dollar. Satoshis are the pennies to the dollar to the Bitcoin. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
is this making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, say that again.
It's how many pennies are in a dollar?
Okay. What we
How
said?
many?
100.
100, right?
100.
Okay. Now, imagine just say a Bitcoin is a dollar. Okay.
Okay.
Pennies in Bitcoin are called Satoshis.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Now I get it. Okay.
How many Satoshis are in a Bitcoin?
100.
Sure is. No,
100 what?
Satoshi.
Go on your phone. Go on your phone. Just go on your phone and just type in how many Satoshis are in one Bitcoin. Just do that.
I'm bad to say the word.
I mean,
SATOSHIS. How many Satoshis are in one Bitcoin?
100 million.
Thank you.
Wow.
Now, there are 100 billion Satoshis. So you could buy, I don't care if you got $100, $1,000, $50 or whatever, you can start buying Satoshis. You don't have to buy one Bitcoin. You ain't got to buy a whole key of cocaine. You can buy a gram, an ounce, an 8 ball.
The 8 ball, real quick.
You can buy a big eight.
I don't know what that is either. 8 ball.
So one day, a Satoshi is probably going to be worth $1 one day. Because there's only 21 million Bitcoin that will ever be created. 19 million have already been created. 5 or 6 billion been lost because people didn't believe in it back in the day. They lost their passwords and all that crap. So Bitcoin is going to be the most valuable asset in the world. See, right now, gold is the most valuable. Okay? But all of the rich white men, and I'm putting this on YouTube, I'm putting this out there, and the big companies, BlackRock and all them, spending hundreds of millions of dollars buying Bitcoin.
No.
The big institutions, the richest people in the world are buying Bitcoin. It's going to be the most valuable asset in the world. Gold is not going to be. They don't know how much gold is. They don't even know how much gold is in the ground. And the reason they're doing this shift, have any of y'all ever heard of Burkina Faso?
Yeah.
And Torre, the leader, the young black leader,
Yeah.
young black leaders, would you let somebody come in your house and work the hell out of you and you give them all your money?
Absolutely not.
The young black African leaders are not going for the white man. When I say white man, I'm not talking prejudice, France, been over there pimping them.
Colonists.
Getting all they gold and giving them peanuts. See them young black leaders, Toro, they kicked them out immediately. Get the hell up out of here.
Yeah.
Do you know in the matter of a couple of months, they've mined billions of their own gold and made this money? And then they partnered with Putin. Why did they partner with Putin? For protection. France ain't gonna F with them. Because they scared of Putin. That's what the young black leaders did. So now they got all this gold, right? Now he who has all the money or has all the gold is king or ruler. But guess what? Nope. He who has all the Bitcoin
is the ruler.
That's why the rich white man, the big companies, BlackRock, are stocking up on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to be the most valuable asset in the world.
Question
They're not going to make
comments.
gold, just like diamonds. Diamonds used to be worthless. If y'all didn't know that, diamonds used to be worthless, and they figured out, they did a marketing thing where they made that a marriage, did the marketing campaign and brainwashed men to buy that for the women to get married, and they made this valuable, a diamond. That's all they did. Oranges used to be worthless. They was losing all these oranges because they was going bad, so they created orange juice, and they did a marketing campaign to make it for breakfast. Eggs, they was losing all the money with eggs. They did a marketing campaign to make eggs for breakfast. That stuff ain't healthy for you. Brainwash. So when you get around these rich, different color people, high class, I've been exposed to a lot of stuff that the average person hasn't. So when I share stuff with you, I know a lot of people say, well, oh, that ninja crazy and this, that. Well, hey, I'm telling you, just like they say, milk, that don't make your bones strong.
The weaker.
That's a lie. That's one of the worst things you can drink.
It is.
So you can't listen. Anything that they putting out there telling you all, 9 times out of 10 is a lie. So you got to watch yourself. So you all gonna see this crypto. We moving to this digital world. It's going to be different. The money is tanking. Them bonds and all that, they telling you all the bonds are worthless. They're worthless. And now China and all these other companies woke up. 1903, when it was against the law to own gold. You had to turn all your gold in or they would lock you up. And then once everybody turned all their gold in, they made the price skyrocket. The government did that. Then in 1971, you want to know how Saudi Arabia, them sheiks got that oil money and they got so rich? They got full immunity.
Themselves.
You ain't never seen none of them locked up in the United States. And you never will because they have the full immunity.
They got something we need.
In 1971, the United States went to them and said, hey, you make everybody in the world buy your oil with US dollars, and we will protect you the rest of your life and give you full immunity. So now China, Russia, everybody, they need oil, but they don't have US dollars. So now Erica, Big C, Alec, Evangelist Naomi, they got the US dollars. So they got to come to you all and give you all their best lobster, their best sneakers, their best iron. And guess what you all do? Go in a little back room and print up some worthless paper.
What?
And give it to them. And then they give it to the Saudis and they just shoot up like a rocket with all this oil money and wealth. That dollar's worthless. Now the world done woke up. They ain't getting pimped like that no more. China said, hell no, we ain't going for this. No. Y'all got these worthless dollars. We don't want that money no more. So now we in deep debt, probably $300 trillion debt, and can't get up out of it. I'm giving y'all a history lesson on money. So this is the first time that we're on an even playing field that we can even invest in something. We couldn't invest in the gold. We couldn't invest in the oil. Only the rich billionaires, Texas white men, and the Saudis could do that. But now we got Bitcoin. No one can control that. You can go through the airport with $1 billion in Bitcoin. The portability is scarcity. This is going to create generational wealth forever, forever, forever. You get a Bitcoin, guess what? You can borrow against it.
Really?
Like that, with no paperwork. Because they know how valuable it is. You should never sell your Bitcoin. You borrow against it. You buy one Bitcoin 100,000, okay. Borrow 50,000. Now you owe 150. You back, you at 150. But we know Bitcoin is gonna do this, right? If it go to 200,000, but you got it for 100, you borrowed 50. If it goes to 200,000, guess what happens to the 50,000 you borrowed?
You don't owe it no more.
Disappears, cancels out. 2028, that'll be 4 years. Every presidential election, every Bitcoin halving. I don't want to use them terms with y'all because for y'all that ain't in this crypto space, those words are too big. Every 4 years, they cut it in half of how much is going to be produced. The scarcity. So 2028, be a whole different ball game. So when y'all get these schools, take some of that money.
Get some Bitcoin, baby.
No. Yeah. Because it's going to
Thank you.
appreciate. And then when you need some money from it,
borrow against that bad boy.
Borrow from your future. All the money you make, just put it in Bitcoin and then borrow from it. Because you don't pay tax on the loan.
Who put you onto it, Chin? To Bitcoin?
Actually, I first got onto it by a cousin, but I didn't listen. I didn't listen until 2020, y'all. When the pattern that it was going, add another zero, that didn't take a rocket scientist. Pandemic hit, so I had time to sit down and slow down and look at this and study it. And then I paid some people. I joined some alpha groups that the apex top spent a lot of money, over 100,000. Like when you have a mentor and a coach, and they guarantee, well, you're going to make this, you're going to do this. So they trained me and taught me. Now we have $1 million program. I don't talk about it. I don't talk about our $1 million program. I don't. It's a crypto $1 million program. And they're going to make that money. Guaranteed. Why would somebody pay you $1 million? Well, if you're going to make them 5 million, 10 million or more, or whatever, they don't know about this, how this game works. This is a total different animal. So when I be posting on Instagram and doing all, it's going over mostly everybody's head. They'll wait till it's too late. They'll say, well, darn, I remember that big head shiny dude, me and that boy, he was talking about that Bitcoin stuff and crypto and all that. But a lot of people are not ready for that. But we can do the school, make our money from that. And the school is great. But then get with the crypto. Get with that. You can do some real estate too. Real estate is good. But the crypto is a total different animal. I'm not talking about the meme coins where they rug pull, you put money in and then took all your money. And I'm not talking about all that stuff. And I'm not talking about the centralized exchange, crypto.com, Gemini, Robinhood, Coinbase. That is the public exchange. I'm talking about buying some crypto on a private exchange. That's the decentralized exchange. That's before it gets listed publicly. And most people don't even know how to buy on the private exchange. That's like getting a stock before it hits the stock market, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the coins you can't even buy on the public exchange, the centralized. And then even the ones, some that you can buy on the decentralized, like it was a coin, and I'll tell you what, Bello, is not, and that's another thing. They'll have a coin with the same name, but it ain't the same coin.
Mm.
And if you don't have the correct address, you will buy the wrong coin. It'll be the same name, but it's not the same coin. Like Velo, some people went on the centralized exchange Coinbase and bought it. That wasn't the one. Some people went on decentralized, the private exchange and bought it. It wasn't the one because you can't buy it directly. You have to buy this other coin on the private exchange. And when you have that coin, the only way you can get the real Velo coin is to swap it for that. Does that make sense? That's why being in that alpha group with those Apex, you learn stuff like that. I would have never known this type of stuff. I'm just sharing stuff with you all. But I don't even know how we got on crypto.
So don't buy the Bitcoin on your Cash App, huh? That ain't the one.
Yeah, no.
Nah, that's legit.
No, buy it on the Cash App. You can do that.
Oh,
I was
okay.
talking about there's some other coins that are like pennies and 10 cent and 20 cent and all that are not on that exchange. They're on a different exchange.
Right.
You hear about
Dogecoin and stuff like that.
yeah, Dogecoin, and some of that you can buy on Coinbase and the regular exchange, but a lot of times, if you can get it on a private before it goes public, then once it goes public, it's done that, and then you can pull out. Make sense?
Okay, got it.
By the time it hit Coinbase, a lot of times it's too late. Like the first dude, he just got locked up. He was on Coinbase's private committee where they list coins that's been on the private and Coinbase is public, but they have a committee that selects coins to be put on Coinbase. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
There's thousands of coins out there. When they choose a coin to be listed on Coinbase, it does that. It's valuable. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But that private committee that was selecting those coins, this Indian dude told his brother to buy it on the private exchange first for pennies. So they put like 500,000, million or whatever. And then when it hit Coinbase, guess what happened? Took all that money. Make sense?
Liquidated.
You can Google that Indian dude. He kept on doing it. They did it a bunch of times. If they would have quit, they could have got away. But they just kept doing it, and somebody got caught. Then he tried to leave the country. They caught him. The feds caught him boarding the plane. I could Google it right now, and it will pop up. I mean, let's stop the recording.